On a rainy Tuesday afternoon in Oxford, a rare midweek conference set for the Miami RedHawks looking to rebound after a rare, tough conference series. The RedHawks swept by Northern Illinois over the weekend, looking to rebound and get back to potentially over 500 in conference play once more, hosting the Toledo Rockets in the first of three on this Tuesday afternoon. Luke West-Poley with you here on Love and Honor Live as the RedHawks play host to the Rockets. Miami, as mentioned, looking to come back from three straight losses at the hands of Northern Illinois over the weekend. Toledo back on the road for their second straight conference series. Played two games against Buffalo over the weekend, a doubleheader on Friday in which they split. And they will be back here in Oxford to try and stay over the 500 mark in conference play, currently sitting at 3-2 in the Mid-American through 5 conference games. Brianna Pratt in the circle once more for Miami, as she has been for the majority of this season. 4.1 ERA on the year for Pratt, the graduate student. She's thrown 12 complete games, 94 innings, 34 walks, and 84 strikeouts for Pratt, the graduate student out of Perrysburg, Ohio, and she will face a Toledo Rocket lineup led off by Lexi Ekman, who will be the first to bat. Left-handed hitter in the top of the first inning. Ekman out in center field, awaiting in the left-handed box. First pitch, and we are underway right at 5 p.m. on the dot. As we kick off this conference set, 3 games over the next 2 days, 1 today, 2 tomorrow, between the RedHawks and the Rockets. Ekman, the 257 hitter, waiting in on the 1-0. And she'll watch that over the plate. Called strike one by Tony Greer, who will be behind the plate for game 1 of this series as we make our way into this Tuesday evening. A ball and a strike to Lexi Ekman, junior out of North Canton, Ohio. Wave and a miss with the running start from Ekman. And the count runs to 1-2. Pratt pitched 2 complete games over the weekend against Northern Illinois, second of which gave up 7 runs, but only 3 of them were earned. Just an overall tough weekend for the RedHawks, as that one's fouled off to make the count 1 ball and 2 strikes still. Over the weekend, that was the first conference home series of the season for the RedHawks after they kicked off their conference set at OU the weekend before. Dropped the first game in Athens, won the final 2. Last game coming in run rule fashion by a 14-1 score. So Ekman's going to be called out on the last at bat. So that will be the first out recorded by Pratt. And that will bring in Anna Dixon. First pitch outside for ball 1, so an illegally hit ball from Ekman, and so she will go down. And a bit of an odd one to start off for out number 1 of the game for Brianna Pratt. One 1-0 pitch over the outside half. A ball and a strike. Anna Dixon, best hitter on the team by average for Toledo at .379, making her 19th start. And the 1-1 hits it right back up to Pratt, who fields it cleanly and goes on to first for the easy 1-3 putout. 2 gone in the top of the first inning, and as we look at the starting lineup for the Rockets, Ekman and Dixon already hitting in this first. Jenna Kroll now at the plate. She'll be followed by Riley Moore at first. Lauren Erickson in left field. Macy Moore, who is catching, the designated player. Audrey Reed hitting 7th. Aaliyah Mara playing second base and hitting 8th. And Sydney Griffith rounding out the order at short in the 9 spot. First pitch flies low and away to Kroll for ball 1. Kroll 1 of 4 with the average on the season over 300. And the best OPS among qualified bats for Toledo at .951. She has started every game this season for the Rockets, one of 3 players that has done that for UT this season. Ball and a strike. Yeah, got a piece, but cannot square that to put it in play. 1-2. So a relatively clean inning for Brianna Pratt so far. And looking to slam the door. RedHawk middle infield playing back on the edge of the dirt. 1-2 pitch. And a take right on the edge. Count runs even to Crawl. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pratt deals home, and that's a bouncer, and the count worked full. Crawl tied for second on the team in walks. One of the better all-around bats in the Toledo lineup. Already mentioned that she leads the team in OPS. Also one of the top power hitters on the team with 3 home runs. 3-2, and she taps it foul. Inning remains alive with Crawl at the plate. Count is full. Pratt looking to sit down the top of this Toledo lineup in order. The 3-2 again fought off. Crawl, the junior out of Commerce, Michigan, working a long at bat. The count remains full. Brianna Pratt exits the circle to gather herself. Hit up the line and just to the left of the bag. Another 3-2 coming up. One strikeout already as that leadoff to Ekman will go down in the book as a K for Brianna Pratt. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jenna Crawl. And it runs in on her for ball 4. So Crawl fights back to draw the walk. And it's a 2-out base runner for the Rockets to keep the inning alive.
Now the Rockets first
Crawl works her way on, and Riley Moore in the cleanup spot will come to the plate. Senior out of Bellevue, Ohio. Sees the first pitch come in, got it off the bottom of the bat, foul. Hitting .358 on the season. Down in the count, 0-1. Pratt readying up. And the 0-1 taken on the inside corner. So Pratt in full command after giving up the walk after a marathon at bat. Ahead 0-2 on Riley Moore. And that one just underneath. A ball in, 2 strikes. Kroll standing on first base. Had a 9-pitch at bat to work the walk. And the 1-2 outside. Another at bat being extended here by Moore with a couple of 0-2 takes. Count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Moore coming off a 1-for-5 performance in the series against Buffalo. 2-2, and that misses. Just off the zone. And it works the count all the way up to full. 3-2 to Riley Moore. Runner goes. This one hits softly on the ground on the handle of the bat. Spade pushes it over to first and records out number 3. A 2-out walk, no problem for Brianna Pratt. She hangs a 0 in the top of the first. RedHawks coming to the plate. When we return, Miami Softball on Love and Honor Live is back next. Bottom of the first inning, no score between Miami and Toledo in Game 1 of the third max series of the season for each of these two teams. Miami coming to the plate. We'll take you through the Red Hawk lineup, and it will be led off for Miami by Jenna Golombuski. She will hit first and play in left field for the Red Hawks. Golombuski, who just about an hour before this game was named MAC Player of the Week, will lead off. Allie Cummins following her in right field, hitting second. Shelby Kunkel, the designated player, hits third. Carly Spade at third base in the cleanup spot. Kate Kobayashi behind her, hitting fifth. Riley Coyne is behind the plate for Miami, and she will hit sixth. Adriana Barlow beginning the bottom of the order at short in the 7-hole. Chloe Parks hitting eighth at second, and Holly Blaska rounding out the Miami order at first base. On the mound for Toledo, Erin Hunt. And she will face off against the top of this Miami order. It's been a strong start to the year for Hunt, an ERA under 3, 1.23 whip, record even at 7-7, making start number 15 on the season. First pitch to Golombuski finds the zone for strike one. Erin Hunt in the circle for Toledo in her 6th season playing college softball. The 0-1 flies up high. Began her career at Hillsdale College, Division II school. Transferred to Toledo to play her sophomore, junior, and senior year, and then redshirted last season due to injury. 1-2 count to Golombuski. The top of the Miami order. Waits on it. Grounds it over to third. Fielded by Krull. She throws one a little left of first base, but it is fielded by Moore for out number 1.
Red Hawk right fielder, number 23, Allie Cummins.
We now take you through the Toledo defensive lineup. Out in the outfield, Erickson, Ekman, and Dixon from left to right. Kroll, Griffith, Mara, and Moore from left to right on the infield. Behind the plate, Macy Moore for the Rockets. And Erin Hunt in the circle. First pitch called ball to Allie Cummins. 342 hitter, hitting second in the Miami lineup. The 1-0 finds the outside half of the plate for strike one. Cummins second on the team in batting average, a Miami team that leads the conference in team batting average. 1-1. This one hit on the ground over to second base. Mara Fields throws low to first, and Moore picks it off the dirt for out number 2. So 2 groundouts for the Red Hawks and relatively quick at-bats compared to what we saw in the top. That brings up Shelby Kunkel, designated player, hitting third for the Red Hawks. Left-handed swinger. Watches the first pitch off the outside of the plate. Kunkel, not a qualified bat for statistical purposes, making her 13th start of the season, but hitting .390. That pitch finds the zone for strike one. Need 2 plate appearances per game. He's got 41 at-bats on the year. 1-1, and this one lifted up and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Kunkel with an OPS just under 1,000. 1-2. And she lines this one up the middle, base hit. Shelby Kunkel just waited on it, caught it off the barrel of the bat. And the RedHawks, just like the Rockets did in the top of the first, have a 2-out base runner. Shelby Kunkel aboard with a single, and that brings up the deep fly threat, Carly Spade. Spade hitting .310. And her 8 home runs sit her second on the team. Takes a gander at the first pitch and pops it up off the handle of the bat. Behind the plate, Moore makes the play, and that retires the side here in the bottom of the first. No score between Toledo and Miami. We will return to Oxford next. You're watching Miami Softball on Love and Honor Live. Top of the second inning, no score between Miami and Toledo. Third conference series of the season for each of these two teams. Both sides got a base runner with 2 outs in the first, but neither were able to do anything with it, as the following batter for each team would be retired. Lauren Erickson leading off for the Rockets in the top of the second inning.
It's the left fielder, number 11, Lauren Erickson.
Erickson standing into the righty box. .321 hitter, making her 18th start. And the first pitch hits her. Wears it right on the shoulder. So Brianna Pratt has not given up a hit yet, but has allowed 2 base runners off a walk and a hit by pitch. And the first leadoff batter aboard. That brings up Macy Moore, playing in the field behind the dish for Toledo. Bunt is squared. Big secondary lead. Coyne thought about going to first, but instead just holds on to it. 0-1. Macy Moore hitting .255 on the year, and she will put the bunt foul on 0-1. Runner on first, nobody out. More likely going to go swinging away for the rest of this at-bat here at 0-2. Unless the ball ends up in the dirt. And it gets by Coyne. Erickson will take second. And the count makes its way to 1-2. Moore Awaits 1-2 pitch that comes in on the hands, but finds the top of the zone for strike 3. Second strikeout. First backwards K for Brianna Pratt.
The designated player for the Rockets, number 32, Aubrey.
The overall at
Reed.
bat serves the same purpose as a sacrifice bunt would have, as the runner gets moved up off a wild pitch and the out is recorded. And so now that brings up Aubrey Reed, designated player, hitting 7th. First pitch high and away for ball 1. Aubrey Reed starting game number 12 this season. 143 hitter. 4 singles and a double for her on the season. She squares to bunt and puts it foul. Reed hitless in her last 3, although has just 3 at-bats combined through all of those games. And did score a run in the series opener against Buffalo last weekend. The 1-1 is hit foul off the handle of the bat. 1-2. Rockets have been fighters in these situations in 2 strike counts so far. Brianna Pratt up to 27 pitches through an inning and a third. 1-2. And this one hit sharply on the ground through the left side of the infield into left for a base hit. Runner will put on the brakes at third, so Erickson can't score, but Aubrey Reed gets the 1-out single to put runners on the corners. And Toledo really threatening here to score the first run of the game. That is their first hit as well. And that brings in Aaliyah Mara, the 8-hitter at second base. Runner goes, first pitch to Mara is in there, and Coyne, after pump faking, is going to give the bag to Reed as Toledo tried the delayed steal to bring the runner home. So Coyne elects to let the runner into scoring position. 1-0 count. That pitch just off the plate, a ball and a strike. To Aaliyah Mara, 50-year out of Chesterfield, Michigan, started her career in the Big Ten, 2 seasons at Rutgers before playing her last 2 against Toledo. Another 50-year on this roster. And the 2-0 squeeze between the legs of Coyne. Mara out in front, 3 balls, no strikes. Rio pitch, get me over strike. 2 in scoring position in the top of the second inning. Toledo trying to score the first run of the game. Pratt finds the zone once again on the inside corner, and the count runs full. Three balls and 2 strikes to Aaliyah Mara. The pitch, and this one hit on the ground over to short, and it gets past the glove of Barlow into left field. It was going to score a run anyway, but the RedHawks now don't get the out. Toledo strikes first. It's 1-0 Rockets. And the situation on the base paths remains the same with runners on the corners and 1 out.
Shortstop, number 4, Sydney Griffith.
An E6. So Griffith comes in the same situation that Mara initially did before the double steal attempt. And the first pitch is chopped over on the ground. RedHawks get 1 at second, and they go to first. Cannot get the back end of the double play. So that'll score a run, and the inning stays alive. Griffith reaches on the fielder's choice. 2-0 Rockets, and it brings up the top of the order.
Back to the top of the order, and number 13, center fielder Lexi Ekman.
Lexi Ekman struck out swinging on an odd play. Her first time up. Runner on first, 2 gone. Pratt finds the zone on the first pitch. So the RedHawks find themselves down by a pair early on. And the 0-1 hit off the end of the bat towards short. High throw to first, but no problem for Blaska. And that will retire the side in the top of the second. Rockets get 2. They take an early lead, 2-0 Toledo. Miami looking for a response at the plate when we come back on Love and Honor Live. Bottom of inning number 2 from Oxford. Rockets 2, RedHawks nothing. As Miami will come to the plate in the bottom of the second with the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up. Kate Kobayashi leads off for the RedHawks. Kobayashi, the .339 hitter, one of 3 RedHawks with an OPS over 1,000, 1076. Hunt's first pitch clips the outside corner for strike 1. Hunt drew a lot of weak contact in the last inning. RedHawks brought 4 to the plate, only non-out when Shelby Kunkel single up the middle. 0-1 is fouled off on the check swing by Kobayashi. Native of Kansas City, Missouri. Senior outfielder for the RedHawks. Was 1 for 8 last weekend against Northern Illinois. That one just misses off the corner. Toledo dugout wanted the strikeout. Instead, Kobayashi back in at 1-2. Kobayashi, previous to that NIU series, was 4 for her last 4. 1-2. Wave and a miss. Kobayashi chasing up high. First strikeout from Aaron Hunt. And 1 down in the bottom of the second.
The catcher for the RedHawks, number 15, Riley Coyne.
Riley Coyne up to the plate for Miami. Catcher for the RedHawks. Making her 25th start. Pops this one up, right side of the infield. Moore coming in and reaching up to make the catch for out number 2. A quick one. And the second infield pop-up for Miami through an inning and 2/3.
The shortstop, number 6, Adriana Barlow.
Adriana Barlow trying to solve this puzzle as Hunt has really elicited a lot of weak contact from these Miami bats so far. Pitch missing low to Barlow. She's only missed 1 game this season for Miami. Only 2 players for the RedHawks have started every game. Allie Cummins and Carly Spade, those 2. In the 2 and 4 spots in the lineup. Ball and a strike to Adriana Barlow. And that pitch on the inside corner for strike 2. Barlow digging back in. 274 hitter for Miami. Trying to answer to 2 Toledo runs in the top. 1-2. Wave and a miss. 3/4 swing from Barlow, and Aaron Hunt continuing the train for the Rockets. Some momentum built in the top of the second, and it carries over to the defensive side. 2 strikeouts for Aaron Hunt. We head to inning number 3 with the Rockets leading 2-0. You're watching Miami Softball on Love It Honor Live. To the top of inning number 3. Toledo leading Miami 2-0. Lauren Erickson and Aubrey Reed in the middle of the order for the Rockets, delivering with the pair of runs. 2-hitter Anna Dixon leading off. And the first pitch from Brianna Pratt catches the zone on her for strike 1. Dixon hit one right back to Pratt, her first time up. Pratt snared it, went over to first to put her down. 0-1 is reached for and pushed foul. 0-2 to Dixon. Wind is shifted a little bit to blow towards the right field foul pole from center, after it was previously blowing a little more in towards home plate during pregame warmups. 0-2. And Pratt wastes one there. Bouncing it in, a ball and 2 strikes. Pratt with a strikeout in each of the first 2 innings. He's gotten in a lot of 2-strike counts. These Rocket batters have not gone away at the plate in those situations. 1-2. And that's hit foul. One ball, 2 strikes. Dixon leading off in this 3rd inning. Righty on lefty. Pratt deals. This one reached for and poked down the line. Played foul by Spade at third base. So the count remains the same to Anna Dixon. Pratt winding. And this one chopped over to first base. Blaska will play it herself, and she gets over to the bag in time to beat out Dixon for out number 1. 3 unassisted in the book. Jenna Krall comes to the plate for Toledo.
Jenna Krall.
At third base, she drew a walk in the first inning after fighting back in a 2-strike count. (1-0) to Krall. She was stranded on first base in the first inning. comes down and in. Pratt hasn't fallen behind on too many hitters. And on the 2-0, finds the zone right over the plate, 2 balls and 1 strike. Toledo so far with 2 runs off 1 hit. One of the runs unearned, coming on an error. 2-1, wave and a miss. Two to Kroll. With the bases empty, 1 gone in the top of the 3rd. And that pitch comes in for another full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Kroll looking for walk number 2. Pratt for strikeout number 3. The 3-2 slowly hit foul. And we'll have another payoff. Three-two pitch. Again fought off. Kroll remains alive at 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch on the way, and this one is stroked into left field for a base hit. So Kroll wins the battle and reaches base for the 2nd time. And a 1-out base runner for the Rockets.
Number 19, first baseman
Riley Moore will come in. Pinch runner coming on to first base for the Rockets.
The pinch runner for the Rockets.
That will be number 33, Erica Reed.
Standing at first base now, number 33 for Toledo, Erica Reed.
Reed, who's come off the bench in 15 out of her 17 appearances as the pinch runner for Jenna Kroll. 1 for 1 on the day now with a walk. Riley Moore at the plate, grounded out to third base to end the top of the 1st inning. And the first pitch to her push to the opposite field. This is going to get over the head in right field of Cummins. Around second base, Kroll getting the wave sign at third. Now she'll slam the brakes as that throw came in quickly. But a 1-out double from Riley Moore puts 2 in scoring position for the Rockets. And now we are going to see a meeting in the circle for Miami. Rockets came into this inning with just 1 hit, but now back-to-back, and 2 balls that were hit pretty hard as well. Liner in left, short-hopped in front of Golombeski. And that one got over the head of Cummins in right field. I believe we may see a pinch runner for Moore on the base paths as well. So this will put 2 in scoring position to Lauren Erickson. Pinch runner for the Rockets will be Grace O'Malley,
The pinch runner coming in for the Rockets.
who's made all of her appearances
Standing
off the bench.
at second base now, number 14, Grace O'Malley.
Game number 8 on the season that O'Malley will find herself in. Freshman out of Brecksville, Ohio, will be on second base. Erickson got hit her first time up on the shoulder. Watches a first pitch off the outside corner, ball 1. Erickson watches the 1-0 come in, waves over the top of it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Native of Dublin, Ohio, in suburban Columbus. A hit in her last 2. 3 for 6 last weekend against Buffalo. Scored a run in 3 of the last 4 games. And that streak continued as she scored the first run of the game for the Rockets in the second. 1-1, down low for ball 2. So again, the Rockets threatening with 2 in scoring position and 1 out as they did in the last inning. 2-1 off the plate for ball 3. First base is open. Three balls and a strike to Erickson. Pitch on the way. Inside, ball 4. Second walk out of the hands of Brianna Pratt.
Stepping in next, number 31, catcher Macy Moore.
Macy Moore, the catcher, who struck out looking her first time up to the plate. Bases juiced, 1 out. Rain coming down lightly. Big swing and a miss on the first pitch for Moore. 4 strike 1. Moore with 4 extra base hits on the year and 9 RBIs. 5th on the team. 0-1 drops low. Chance to add to the total. Pratt readies the 1-1 pitch. Another swing and a miss. And so Pratt now has the count at 1-2. And a strikeout would do wonders for her in this 3rd inning. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. Moore down on strikes for the second time. And Brianna Pratt back in business in the top of the 3rd.
32, designated
Potential
player,
1 swing
Aubrey
away from getting
Reed.
out of the inning. She will face off against Aubrey Reed, designated player who singled and scored a run in the last inning. Had the first hit of the game in that inning for the Rockets. She golfs this one foul up the right side. Reed, the designated player. Hit .304 last year, started 45 games as a primary catcher. That spot filled today by Macy Moore, who's batting 1 ahead of her in the lineup. Nothing in 1 to Reed. And bounced in, stop made behind the dish by Coyne. Count even at 1-1. One to Reed. And she chops it foul over to third base. Jessica Bracamonte will stop it in the coach's box, and the count runs to 1-2. 7 straight games off the bench for Reed in her last 7 appearances, including all 5 previous Mid-American Conference games, but she will get the nod to start today for the first time in MAC play this season. And up in a big spot with the bases juiced. 1-2. Hit softly and foul. Another one that just dribbled up the third base line. And now time is called for Reed to go have a chat with her coach. So it was a really sticky situation for Brianna Pratt. After she gave up 2 runs in the last inning, back-to-back hits followed by the walk, loaded up the bases. But seems to have found that rhythm once again. Not out of the woods yet, but did get that big strikeout. And now a chance for another at 1-2. Pitch to Reed. And she lifts this one up right side, tailing away from the line. That drops foul in the Rocket bullpen. And everyone will return. We'll run it back with the count the same. One ball and 2 strikes to Reed, resting the bat on the right shoulder. And she caught it off the end of the bat and into the screen. Reed fighting for her life at the plate. Still with another chance at 1-2. Reed 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. First of 3 straight batters to reach base in the last inning for the Rockets. 1-2, just off the inside corner. Reed was swinging away for a while in that at-bat, but a good take after a couple pitches fouled off. She evens the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch. And the RedHawks may bring some energy to the plate after that. Toledo loads the bases with 1 out, and Brianna Pratt holds them scoreless in the top of the third. 2-0 Rockets as the RedHawks come to the plate next. You're watching Love and Honor Live.
To start their half of the inning, the second baseman, number 4, Chloe.
Bottom of the third inning from Oxford, 2-0. Toledo on top of Miami. Brianna Pratt pitches her way out of a jam in the top. RedHawks had some energy in the dugout for the first time in this game. Let's see if it translates to the plate with the 8-9 hitters coming up to the plate for Miami. Defensively for Toledo, corner infielders are going to re-enter the game, so Jenna Kroll back at third, Riley Moore back at first after they each had hits in the top of the inning and were pinch run for. Chloe Parks leading off for Miami, making her first plate appearance of the evening. First pitch in the other batter's box from Aaron Hunt, who's been very efficient through these first couple of innings. Chloe Parks will be followed by Holly Blaska. And the 1-0 driven high in the air to right center field. Ekman waiting on it, and she will put it away for out number 1. So Parks gets underneath one.
First baseman, number 5,
But the RedHawks making some improvements after they only had one ball leave the infield in the first 2 innings. That was Shelby Kunkel's single, the only base runner for the RedHawks to this point still. Holly Blaska in the second leadoff spot at the 9-hole coming to the plate. And the left-handed hitter watches the first pitch fly up high for ball 1. Blaska, 282 hitter, has appeared in all but 1 game this season. (1-0). Up and away, 2 balls, no strikes. Blaska slugging .563. Senior out of Champlin, Minnesota. Pops this one up left side. This is going to get out of play. Lands on the grassy area just above the Miami dugout. 2-1 to Blaska. Blaska went 1 for 10 in the Northern Illinois series. And gets underneath this one deep, though, out to right field. Dixon waiting on it short of the warning track, and she will make the catch. 2 strongly hit balls from the bottom of the order for the RedHawks, but nothing finds the outfield green. Back to the top of the order for Miami, Jenna Golombeski. Now defending Mid-American Conference Hitter of the Week. Grounded out to third base her first time up at the plate. Golombeski leans away from the first offering. Both the hitter of the week and the pitcher of the week in the Mid-American Conference were featured here over the weekend, as Golombeski won the Hitter's Award for her performance, hitting .400 on the season. Hit .636 last week. And watches the 2-0 fly up high for ball 3. MAC pitcher of the week was Danielle Stewart, the stellar freshman for Northern Illinois, who led the Huskies to sweep these RedHawks here in Oxford over the weekend. 3-0 green light for Golombeski, and she went around. Really the first time that Hunt has fallen behind a hitter that much. Trying to work her way back. 1 strike closer. 3-1. And this one is jammed up in the air. Shallow center, 3 players converging, calling everyone off. Ekman will make the catch just short of the infield dirt, and that retires the side in the bottom of the 3rd. 3 balls hit pretty hard, but the launch angle went straight up on all 3 for the RedHawks, and it's still 2-0 Toledo. We head to the 4th. You're watching Miami Softball on Love and Honor Live. Stay tuned. Top of the 4th, Rockets 2, RedHawks nothing. Brianna Pratt struggled a little bit to start the last inning with back-to-back strikeouts now after she loaded up the bases, got out of the 3rd scoreless. Worming her way out of the jam will face the 8-9-1 hitters in the Toledo batting order. Mara takes the first pitch up and out of play on the left side. Mara reached on an error, grounded a ball over to Adriana Barlow at short, glanced off her glove, brought in a run. Even if she was put out on that play, would have brought in a run regardless. As the 0-1 finds the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Brianna Pratt, all it took was a meeting in the last inning to get back to the stuff. 2 straight strikeouts. Check swing on the 0-2, draws the ball foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Aaliyah Mara. That pitch comes in for ball 1. Top 4, 2-0 Rockets. 1-2 hits softly. Tough play coming over from third. Spade fires over to first, and it's in time for the out. Just tapped off the end of the bat. Spade had to charge in and come across to get to that ball, but a smooth throw to first. And brings up Sydney Griffith. Reached on a fielder's choice. Watches the first pitch low for ball 1. Sophomore from Ashtabula, Ohio. Made 43 starts last season at all 3 positions in the outfield and the middle infield. 1-0, this one grounded over to short. Fielded on the forehand, a throw across to first, and a stretch from Holly Blaska is able to beat out Griffith to the bag. So back-to-back groundouts to the left side of the infield for the Rockets bring up the top of the order with the bases empty and 2 gone. And a bit of a breath of fresh air for this Red Hawk team who's looking for their first clean inning. Lexi Ekman watches a first pitch strike go by in the outside half. The 0-1 offering. In the same spot for strike 2. Ekman looking for her first hit. 0 for 2 with a swinging strikeout and a ground out to short. Those came in the first 2 innings. Pratt's 0-2, and this one chopped right back to her. Got it clean and throws to first. Brianna Pratt goes 1-2-3 through the 9-1-2 hitters in the Toledo order. And we head to the bottom of the 4th here from Oxford. 2-0 Rockets. Back in a moment on Love It Honor Live. Allie Cummins leads off the bottom of the 4th inning for Miami. Still looking for that second hit and their first run of the game, trailing Toledo by a 2-0 score. Brianna Pratt has really shored things up in the circle for the RedHawks. She's retired the last 5 Toledo bats. Cummins hits the first pitch on the ground over to first, and it's 1 pitch, 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Brings up Shelby Kunkel, who has the only hit of the game for the RedHawks. Designated player is also the only base runner. Eight in a row retired for Aaron Hunt. In the circle for the Rockets. First pitch, wave and a miss from Kunkel for strike 1. Kunkel, .390 hitter, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run on the season. And got Hunt with the time call, who looked rather frustrated. .01 up at shoulder height. Kunkel, the sophomore out of Eaton Rapids, Michigan. Her last hit came in the midweek matchup against the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame last week. 1-1 misses in, 2 balls and a strike. Only played 1 full game against Northern Illinois. Came off the bench on Sunday. Also got rested for 1 game. 2-1, flared off the end of the bat, foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes with the bases empty to Kunkel. Two-two. Again off the end of the bat, and similarly, that one fades foul. Two and two with 1 out to Kunkel. Outfield slightly shifted to the opposite field, and Kunkel watches that one go by for ball 3. Hunt checks for the sign. The payoff pitch. And this one smoked mile high to straightaway center. Griffith coming back on it from short, and she'll put the squeeze on it for the 2nd out. So the RedHawks continue to get under the ball.
Number 7,
so it'll go down as another infield pop-up. Hit a little bit harder that time from Kunkel. Brings up Carly Spade. She popped out to the catcher to end the 1st inning in her lone at bat so far. And Spade leans away from the first pitch. Native of Chicago, storied career in now her 3rd season, her 4th, I should say, as a Red Hawk. 1-0 flies by for ball 2. 3rd team All-American last year. Ranked 32nd on D1 softball's best players in preseason in the nation this year. 2 balls and a strike to Spade. And the pitch takes a swing and a miss. Got a bit turned around in the box. Rockets looking for their 3rd straight 1-2-3 inning with Carly Spade sitting at 2-2. Choked up about a 1/4 inch or so, if anything, on the bat. 2-2 in there, called strike 3. 3rd strikeout for Aaron Hunt as Carly Spade goes down. And the RedHawks down in order once again in the bottom of inning number 4. Still 2-0 Rockets. We head to the 5th from Oxford. You're watching Miami Softball on Love and Honor Live. 2-0 Rockets in the top of inning number 5 here from Oxford. It's Toledo hitting the road for the second straight weekend in Mid-American Conference, second straight series, I should say. This is a rare midweek conference matchup. These two teams will meet again tomorrow in a doubleheader. Anna Dixon up to the plate for the Rockets and watches the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Dixon is 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to the pitcher and to first base. Middle infield backed up on her as the 1-0 is reached for and hit up into the screen. Dixon is mentioned at the top of the broadcast. Top hitter on the team on average coming into this game. Looking for that first hit. Rockets with 2 runs off 3 of them so far. 1-1, and this one flared up the middle, but right into the glove of Barlow at short. And she tracks it down for out number 1.
Third baseman, Jenna Kroll.
6 in a row now, Rockets have gone down. Jenna Kroll coming up to the plate. She has reached base in both of her plate appearances, though. First pitch swinging, and she dribbles it foul. Kroll at the hot corner in the field, was a .343 hitter coming into this game. And this one just spins foul. Spade was confident she could make that play, was a bit disappointed that that ball just finished left of the line when she played it. Pratt ahead on Kroll 0-2. That time Kroll won't bite. Kroll leads this Rockets team in total bases. Also the top in RBIs and slugging percentage. 1-2, and she grounds it up the middle into the glove of Pratt, who's been busy with that left hand, making plays for herself. She will throw it on to first for out number 2. Third time a Toledo batter has grounded out to Pratt in the circle. Base is empty, 2 outs. Riley Moore coming up. 1 for 2 with a double coming in her last at bat. First pitch taking for ball 1. Moore's double just barely not deep enough to score Kroll, who was on first at the time. And then after a walk to load the bases, Pratt managed to find her way out of that inning scoreless. That was in the third. Moore moves ahead 2-0. Called strike on the outside half. Pratt got her first 1-2-3 inning in the fourth. Has retired the first two Toledo batters that have come to the plate here in the fifth. Miami bats still trying to wake up. 2-1, dribbled slowly over at short. Barlow called off Carly Spade, who was coming in on that ball from third, and she will make the play herself for out number 3. Last 8 batters for Toledo have not reached base. Miami, though, going to need to get something started at the plate. They want to come back in this game. RedHawks down 2-0. Back to Oxford next for the bottom of the fifth on Love and Honor Live. Miami bats still trying to solve Aaron Hunt, who has gone through them efficiently, just one over the minimum through 4 innings. In the bottom of the fifth, Kate Kobayashi leads off for Miami, making her second appearance at the plate. Struck out swinging her first time up. RedHawks trailing 2-0 with both Toledo runs coming in the second. First pitch nearly hit Kobayashi, but evades her for ball 1. Second and third innings saw a whole host of base runners for Toledo, those 2 runs coming across in the second. But since then, Pratt has really settled things down for the RedHawks in the circle. Miami still waiting on the bats to pull their weight. Good start in this inning for Kobayashi, who's ahead 2-0. And the 2-0 lifted up and foul in on the hands. Hops its way into the parking lot right next to Millett Hall. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kate Kobayashi. Center fielder waits on it. She takes inside for ball 3. Hunt threw just 44 pitches through 4 complete innings. Now the 3-1 jammed out of play on the left side into the Miami bullpen. Not only has she gotten a lot of outs, they've been quick for the most part. Kobayashi has the count full. 3-2, and this one slowly hit on the ground over to short. Griffith throws a one-hopper to first, picked off the ground by Moore. And that is out number 1.
Number 15, RedHawk catcher, Riley Coyne.
So Kobayashi gets the pitch count up a little further. Can't find a spot on the base pads. And Riley Coyne now comes up to the plate for Miami. She popped out in foul territory to first base. in the second inning, her first time up. First pitch gets away. Coyne takes some practice swings as the sun peeks out. Clouds have emptied somewhat out of the skies. It's a little bit clearer than it was at first pitch. Had a little bit of light rain around the 5 p.m. start as well. 1-0 on the inside corner, called strike one. Coyne, the graduate student from Chelsea, Alabama. In her 5th year playing for the RedHawks. 1-1, hit off the handle foul. And it's 1-2. Coyne went hitless in the series finale against Northern Illinois. Only had one at bat, though. That broke a streak of 3 games in a row. One ball, 2 strikes. And she got it off the bottom of the bat. Just enough to stay alive at 1-2. Hunt is ready. Now Coyne in the boxes. And again, the 1-2 is taking up the left side foul. Coyne and Hunt deadlocked. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Coyne can't connect, comes up empty. Strikeout number 3 on the day for Aaron Hunt. It's been a lot of soft contact stuff, but some swing and miss as well mixed in. And now Adriana Barlow will come in. She was one of the 3 batters that Hunt has fanned. Also got a looking strikeout in addition. First pitch does not drop into the zone, ball 1. One 1-0, and the pitch. Waving a miss over the outside half from Barlow. Ball and a strike. So the RedHawks broke up any sort of no-hitter type bid in the first inning because of Shelby Kunkel's signal. But outside of that, no RedHawk has reached base. 1-1 above the head, 2 balls and a strike. Hunt has faced just 1 batter over the minimum so far. Two-1. Wave and a miss. Barlow comes up empty. That evens the count at 2-2. Barlow leaning back in the box. RedHawks just looking for something offensively. 2-2 flies outside, and Barlow will lay off to make the count full. Shadows covering the plate. The payoff pitch, foul back. Barlow got the tiniest piece of that ball, but it was enough. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes to the Miami 7 hitter. And Coyne pops it up and out of play. Maybe looking at ball 4 potentially, but close enough that Barlow just takes it into the stands. Three and two again. And she takes it for ball 4. So Barlow wins the fight, and the RedHawks have a base runner for the first time since the first inning.
Number 4, second baseman
Chloe Parks comes up to the plate. Left-hander for the RedHawks. Hunt winds and deals. And the pitch up at shoulder height, called ball 1. Parks got a hold of one pretty good her first time up, but it was caught in center field by Lexi Ekman. (1-0), and she pushes this one foul up the left side. Ball and a strike to Chloe Parks, sophomore out of Indianapolis, Indiana. 1-1 outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Second team All-MAC selection a season ago. 273 hitter. 3 extra base hits for her on the year, along with 6 RBIs. RedHawks could really use something in the outfield. Ahead at 2-1. And she hits it over to short. 1-hop played by Mara, and she will go on to first to get Toledo out of the inning. RedHawks finally get that base runner, but can't do anything more as Aaron Hunt right back to it against Chloe Parks to draw the ground out. Scoreless in the bottom of the 5th for Miami. It remains 2-0 as we head to the 6th. You're watching Miami Softball on Love and Honor Live. Two 2-0 in the top of the 6th. Toledo leading Miami. 1-2-3 innings in the field for the RedHawks and Brianna Pratt in each of the last 2 innings. As the middle of the order comes up for the Rockets, Lauren Erickson will lead off. Miami at the plate, still trying to generate some sort of momentum. Hasn't really happened. They did finally get a base runner in the last inning, but were not able to advance Adriana Barlow past first base. RedHawks have had just 2 base runners this whole game. Through 5 innings, Aaron Hunt has faced just 17 batters in the circle for Toledo. (0-1) is dribbled foul. Lauren Erickson has reached base on a couple of free passes. Yet to record an at-bat in the game, was hit by a pitcher first time up, and then walked with 2 in scoring position to load the bases in the 3rd. Pratt ahead 0-2. And decides to give one outside. See if Erickson will bite. She did not. One and 2 to the Rocket left fielder. This one slammed foul up the left side. One ball and 2 strikes still to Lauren Erickson. Rockets with 2 runs off 3 hits. An error also helped them out from the RedHawks. Miami, no runs, 1 hit. 1-2. And it drops low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Erickson awaiting. Pratt looking to avoid another free pass to her. And the count runs full. Three balls and 2 strikes to Lauren Erickson. Toledo has had their last 8 batters retired. And the 3-2 fouled off. Erickson was the last Rocket to reach base last time through the order. Count remains full. Still 3-2. Erickson takes a second. And now digs into the righty box. The pitch, and this one hit up the middle, hits off the leg of Pratt, but the throw over to first from Spade is still in time. So a 1-5-3 putout as Pratt is going to get a piece of that ball. And now Kieran Kumar out of the Miami dugout just to chat with her pitcher, see if she's all right. And Pratt looks like she's all good to go. So an interesting way for that to unfold as we get a pinch hitter for Toledo. So for the Rockets, a new bat coming in to replace Macy Moore. It will be Maris Barbado, catcher infielder combo.
A pinch hitter for the Rockets, coming to the plate, number 27, Maris Barbado.
Barbado looking for her first hit this season. So far is 0 for 8 on the year. She has not come to the plate in over 3 weeks. First pitch called strike 1. Macy Moore 0 for 2. Still can re-enter the game and hit later if this game were to get there. Oh, 1 dealt in. This one hit on the ground, past a diving Spade in the 5-6 hole. Long throw from Barlow, and it beats out the runner by a half step. This left side of the Red Hawk infield has been showing their stuff in the top of the 6th inning. A couple of nice plays from Spade and Barlow. And as a result, the base is empty with 2 outs. As Aubrey Reed, the designated player, is up to the plate. Reed 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Struck out swinging to end the 3rd inning with the bases loaded. And the 1-0 taken low. 2 balls and no strikes. Reed ahead 3-0 now. Riley Coyne up from her stance behind the dish. She heads to the circle to talk to Brianna Pratt. Reed was a 143 hitter coming into this game. Had 1 hit over the last about month and a half. Their previous hit, other than the 2nd game against Bowling Green, coming on February 18th against Houston Christian, but broke that long streak today. takes strike one. There'll be another pinch hitter on deck for Toledo if it gets there in this inning. 3-1 to Reed, and she smokes this one right side. That's down into right field for a base hit. So Reed extends the inning with her second hit of the game. And now we will see another fresh bat in for the Rockets. Leah Munson will pinch hit for Aaliyah Mara. So Mara 0 for 2, reaching on an error and grounding out to third base with both the balls she put in play ending on the left side of the infield.
The pinch hitter for Toledo.
Inning extended for the Rockets. They get their fourth hit of the game. Runner on first now with 2 outs for Leah Munson. Senior out of Harrison Township, Michigan. .268 hitter on the season. 11 hits and 41 tries at the plate. Thought about the first pitch. She'll lay off, but it finds the zone. Strike one call. So Pratt has largely been strong with runners on base. That single that she gave up broke a long drought for the Toledo Bats. Count now 1-1 to Munson. Left him loaded in the third. Also left runners on base in the first and second innings. (1-1). This one jammed over to the left side of the infield, and Barlow is there for Miami to make the play for out number 3. So the pinch hitter, Leah Munson, ends up with the pop out, and the RedHawks hang another 0. Their 6th scoreless inning of the game. Toledo still leading as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Time to wake up for the RedHawks. They need at least 2 runs, got 6 outs to work with. We'll be back next on Love and Honor Live. Bottom of the 6th inning from Oxford. 9-1-2 hitters in the Miami order coming up. Got a base runner in the last inning, but in need of some runs. RedHawks have just 1 hit so far in the game. It came in the first inning, and they're down to their final 6 outs. Holly Blaska at the plate. Sent one high in the air to right field. That was caught by Anna Dixon, her first time up. First pitch on the inside corner of the zone for strike one. So Blaska 0 for 1 at first base. Only RedHawk with a hit is Shelby Kunkel in the 3-hole, who's 1 for 2. 0-1 off the plate. Aaron Hunt has gone 5 complete innings. 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 hit, no runs. And ahead on Blaska, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. RedHawks have not put the leadoff hitter on all game. 1-2 up high, 2-2. In fact, both base runners for Miami have come with 2 outs. And each time the following batter has finished off the inning. Two-two. This one skied out to deep right field. Dixon waiting on it, now trotting in, and she makes the play with the web of the glove. 2 flyouts to right field for Holly Blaska. Bad news for Miami is that's the first out of the bottom of the 6th. The good news is the top of the order is now at the plate. Jenna Golembeski, like many RedHawks, looking for her first hit. Golembeski came into the game hitting .400 on the year. Takes ball 1. MAC Player of the Week. Takes ball 2. Had 6 RBIs in 4 games last week for the RedHawks. Hit .636. Breaking ball falls down the heart of the plate for strike 1. Went 4 for 5 over both games on Sunday. Like many of these RedHawks bats, not found that same level. Swings through the 2-1. RedHawks looking to rally late. It's just been a very flat afternoon. 2-2. And she takes up high for ball 3. Three balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch falls low. So Golembeski, in a 2-strike count, able to take ball 4. And for the first time in the game, the RedHawks have a base runner with 1 out in an inning.
Right fielder, Allie Cummins.
Allie Cummins up to the plate. Miami really needing to feed off some of this momentum right now. Despite all these offensive struggles, Cummins would serve as the tying run. She takes ball 1. So now walks in back-to-back innings for Aaron Hunt. (1-0). Inside, runner goes. And Golembeski is going to get there without a throw as that ball trickled away from Moore behind the plate. So the RedHawks get a runner past first base for the first time. Golembeski into scoring position. As Karen Kumar tries to engineer a late rally for these RedHawks. Time was called. Cummins back in, and she takes inside for ball 3. The last thing Hunt would want here would be to put 2 Miami runners aboard after she's been so good throughout this whole outing. Shelby Kunkel on deck for the Hawks. 3-0 red light is on, and Cummins takes for ball 4. Back-to-back walks drawn by the top of the order for Miami. And all of a sudden, something feels like it's building for the RedHawks. 1 out, first and second for Shelby Kunkel. Hunt back onto the rubber. And the first pitch off the plate. So we'll see if Kunkel elects to take here until she gets a strike after a 4-pitch walk was dealt to Allie Cummins. Macy Moore, who remains behind the plate after being pinch hit for in the last inning, out to talk to her pitcher. One and 0. Swing and a pop-up, left side of the infield, and it is caught at third base by Kroll. A huge out for the Rockets as Kunkel just lifted that one up softly to third base. That ball right at the top part of the zone. And so a bit deflating for the RedHawks for out number 2, but Carly Spade coming to the plate. Still looking for that first hit. Outfield playing way back on Spade. And she takes right over the plate for strike 1. Strong start to the at-bat for Aaron Hunt in the circle. Bottom 6, first and second 2 outs. Toledo out hitting Miami 4-1 in the driver's seat of the game, leading 2-0. 0-1, and Spade got hit. Hunt was trying to say that Spade moved into the way of that ball as she tried to swing, but regardless, it will load the bases off 3 free bags for the RedHawks, who are hitless in this inning. But it will bring up a pinch hitter for Miami, as Maggie Murphy will come in for Kate Kobayashi.
For the RedHawks. Coming to the plate now, number 19, Maggie Murphy.
And a huge spot with the bases loaded. A deep single could potentially tie this game. They have been difficult to come by, to say the least, in the game for Miami. But the biggest at-bat of the contest coming up right here. And now we are going to see a meeting in the circle for the Rockets. Miami base runners all come together up the third base line. And some energy on the faces of the RedHawks. Maggie Murphy, the MAC Freshman of the Year a season ago, coming to the plate, bases loaded, and 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. Not necessarily an end-all, be-all for the RedHawks, but it certainly feels very close. Miami still has a full inning to work with in the 7th to try and get back into this game, but with how hard base runners have been to get, feel that you may not get an opportunity like this. Maggie Murphy is a .255 hitter on the season. She's got 4 home runs and 5 doubles. Those represent 9 of her 13 hits on the season, with more extra base hits than singles on the year by far. Something in the gap could tie the game, maybe give the RedHawks the lead. First pitch in there for strike 1. Aaron Hunt unfazed. Both dugouts right now on the edge of the fences on either side. 0-1 to Murphy, and that's in there in the same spot for strike 2. So Murphy falls behind 0-2. Hunt back ready. And we get a quick call of time. Murphy climbs back in. 0-2, up high. Tension has come to a head in the bottom of the 6th. Bases juiced, 2 outs. Hunt deals. Popped up. Right at the catcher. Hunt going to make the play herself. Out number 3 in the bottom of the 6th. And Toledo strands ducks on the pond and holds Miami scoreless. They continue to lead 2-0. We head to inning number 7 here from Oxford. Toledo 2, Miami 0 on Love and Honor Live. Two 2-0 Toledo, top of inning number 7, as the Rockets look to stay over 500 in conference and pick up a big win over the preseason MAC favorites. We're trying to avoid this skid continuing, what would be a 5th straight loss for the RedHawks. Sydney Griffith at the bottom of the order for Toledo drives the first pitch out to center field, but back to make the catch, Kate Kobayashi for out number 1. Griffith hit it well, but Kobayashi in the right spot for Miami. And a pinch hitter coming up at the top of the order for Toledo. So Lexi Ekman, 0 for 3, will come out for the moment in favor of Kendra Vanderlut. Sophomore, native of a different MAC city, Kalamazoo, Michigan, home of the WMU Broncos. Two-way pitcher and hitter. She dribbles the first pitch she sees, foul, or rather right in front of the home base, and so it'll be thrown over to first for out number 1. And so a quick 1-pitch, 1 out for Vanderlut.
Number 18, Anna Dixon.
Miami, if they could get out of the inning quick, might still have some energy and momentum left over from what they created in the last inning, potentially. Anna Dixon sends this one out into center field. Kobayashi caught it off the wrist, but couldn't put the squeeze on it. A tough play for the Miami center fielder, but it will put Anna Dixon on first base. Would have been 3 pitches on the inning, potentially.
Number 5, Jenna Kroll.
So Toledo, interestingly, not a team to take the first pitch of a third batter in an inning if the first 2 at-bats saw 1-pitch outs. Pays off for Dixon as she's aboard with a base hit. Jenna Kroll takes ball 1. So Dixon singles. It's the 5th hit of the game for the Rockets. 1-0. Pitch on the way to Kroll. And it's off the outside corner. 2 balls, no strikes. Riley Moore on deck for the Rockets. 2-0 to Kroll. Runner goes. This one is trickled foul behind home plate. And looks like they may have said that the runner left early at first base for Toledo. So they're going to call out number 3. So that retires the side in the top of the 7th.
For Toledo in the top of the 7th inning.
As Miami sees 4 batters come to the plate but does not give up a run. Go time for the RedHawks down to their final 3 outs, trailing by 2. Back for a walk-off opportunity, potentially for Miami on Love and Honor Live. Stay tuned.
Re-entering for Toledo, the center fielder,
Bottom of the 7th inning, Miami needs at least 2. Riley Coyne at the plate for the RedHawks. She's 0 for 2 on the day. Aaron Hunt, who has pitched a gem so far, looking for the CG, as she has gone 6 innings of shutout softball, giving up just 1 hit. Pitched herself into a bit of trouble in the last inning. Walked 2, hit a batter to get the bases loaded. The RedHawks could not push anything across. Still needing 2. First pitch taken low and in by Coyne for ball 1. Coyne popped out to first base in the 2nd inning in her first at-bat. Struck out swinging in the 5th. So this is just the 3rd time that the RedHawks are getting through the order. 1-0, and it's taken up high. 2 balls and no strikes to the Miami super senior. And a 2-0 pitch taken again. 3 balls, no strikes. RedHawks just looking to manufacture base runners in any way they can without many hits to show off. Only 1 coming from Shelby Kunkel. They have her on 3 walks and had 1 hit batter and make it 4 walks. Riley Coyne with some words to the Miami dugout, trying to fire up the team as she heads to first base. Ideal start for this RedHawk comeback effort as the leadoff hitter is aboard. Adriana Barlow coming to the plate for Miami. Kieran Kumar out of the dugout, so we're going to see a pinch runner. And it will be Dylan Scott, the freshman out of Burlington, Kentucky, just over the river. She comes in for Riley Coyne, hyped as she gets back to the Miami dugout. RedHawks need at least 1 more, not only on the base paths, but to come across and score. First time all day the leadoff hitter is aboard. Adriana Barlow at the plate for the RedHawks. Barlow 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. And hits the first pitch foul up the right side. So after the 4-pitch walk, Barlow got a pretty good pitch there. Definitely swung and a strike. Fouled it off. 0-1. This one taken in the air and foul behind home. So after the 4-pitch walk, Barlow down 0-2. Home plate umpire Tony Greer needs some more softballs. That gives Barlow a chance to relax a bit. Runner on first, nobody out. RedHawks need at least 2 to try and get this to an 8th inning. That pitch dives low. Dylan Scott hopping around on first base. Had to crane her neck to see if that ball got by more. But the Toledo catcher kept it in front. 1-2. Taken in a similar spot. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Barlow's walk came in her last at bat. It broke a long streak of RedHawks that failed to reach base. Two-two. This one grounded up the middle, fielded and thrown on to first. It's a 6-3 double play from Griffith to Moore. And just like that, a complete flip of the script. Toledo is just 1 out away, and the bases have emptied out. 8-hitter Chloe Parks coming up for the RedHawks. RedHawks, the bases loaded in the last inning and got a pop out. Another just deflating take there on the grounder up the middle. First double play for either team of the game. This one hit out to left field. Foul. Or is it? They are going to call it a foul ball. Umpire up the line signaled that right away. Parks did not see it as she was running that out. Was just up the line in left field. Holly Blaska on deck for Miami, potentially. And it looks like she is going to be the one to stand in the circle for the RedHawks. 0-1 is bounced in. Parks and Blaska each have at least one hard-hit ball to their name in this game, but both hitless. One ball, 1 strike. And Hunt pushes this one. Parks into left field for a base hit. So the RedHawks remain alive. They've got the tying run at the plate. Bit of a tougher situation than how they started this inning, as there are 2 more outs on the board.
First baseman
Holly Blaska can tie the game with 1 swing. Aaron Hunt can also end things in the circle. First pitch low and away for ball 1. Blaska has driven 2 to right field. Both have found the glove of Anna Dixon. (1-0), and this one's popped foul, out of play. In on the handle. Blaska is the 9-hitter. She could get on base. Jenna Golembeski, who's coming off a walk in the last inning, would come to the plate. 1-1. Taken high for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike. Hunt fires that one in, and this is lifted foul and out of play. 2-2 with 2 outs. Bottom 7. Blaska at the plate. Parks on first. Hunt ready. 2-2 pitch. Off the plate. And sure enough, the count is full. So Parks will be on the move at first. 3-2, foul back. Parks returns. Count still full to Holly Blaska. The 3-2 pitch. And Blaska takes it high for ball 4. A tough take from Holly Blaska, as that ball had some sinking action to it, but just didn't have enough space to come back into the zone, and the RedHawks have the tying run on first. Back to the top of the order we go. Jessica Bracamonte, along with the rest of the Toledo dugout, showed a fair share of displeasure with that ball four call. Umpire gesturing that that ball in the catcher's glove. Where it finished would have been strike three, but where it crossed the plate, it was still above the zone. Top of the order, Jenna Golombeski at the plate, 0 for 2 with a walk in the last inning. Tying run on first and second, 2 outs. And the first pitch, it's going to get away. Or did it hit Golombeski, who's running over to first? They're going to say it got her on the foot. So that loads the bases, puts the tying run in scoring position, and brings Allie Cummins up to the plate. And Jessica Bracamonte is not happy for Toledo coming out of their dugout, requesting an appeal to the base umpires. So they will all meet up. Ball was going to get away, so for tying the game purposes for the RedHawks, they would have had 2 runners in scoring position anyway.
Coming to the plate, number 23, Allie
And the call
Cummins.
is upheld. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. Allie Cummins at the plate. And now there's some confusion from the umpires. One of them signaled coming out of that meeting for Golombeski to return, and now they're going to change the call and say that Golombeski was not hit and that the ball just got away. So one of them signaled that it was the base umpire, but the home plate umpire returned and seemed to be just okay with it. Now Kiran Kumar, just with some audible confusion as she talks to the home plate umpire. But the situation now is going to be second and third for Miami after that pitch got away. So the tying run is in scoring position. And Jenna Golombeski is at the plate. So for the RedHawks, for purposes of just tying this game, maybe not the worst thing in the world, because it does allow your best hitter to come back to the plate. Both sides on their feet. That pitch counts as ball 1 to Golombeski, so she's ahead 1-0. 1-0 pitch almost hit her. Instead, 2 balls and no strikes. So Golombeski might get something good here to hit. A 2-0. And Golombeski drives this one high in the air, away from the field of play in the corner. It's just enough to get out of play, away from Erickson, who was giving chase. 2-1, Golombeski will return to the plate. One of many that the RedHawks have just gotten under or not been able to put in between the lines. Two balls, 1 strike to Cummins. The pitch, wave and a miss. Cummins trying to turn on that ball. Looking for a gap that's pretty wide in the outfield and left center, with Erickson shadowing a little more towards the line. 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Aaron Hunt finishes it off. Miami had their chances late in this game. Cannot push a run across, and the struggles continue for these RedHawks, who now drop their 5th straight game and fall to 2-5 to kick off Mid-American Conference play. Final score, Toledo 2, Miami 0. Both pitchers go all 7. Aaron Hunt is the winning pitcher in Game 1, and the losing pitcher in Game 1 is Pratt. And so these two teams will meet up once again tomorrow, and we'll have that game for you here on Love and Honor Live. There will be a doubleheader to close out this midweek series between the RedHawks and the Rockets. First pitch coming at 1 p.m. in Game 1 of that series tomorrow afternoon. We hope you will tune in then. So for the rest of our crew here at Love and Honor Live, thanks so much for tuning in to Game 1. Toledo wins it 2-0 is your final. We hope to see you tomorrow, and we say so long and good night from Oxford.